In this video we will be talking about the true secret to success in anything and 3 successful people who used this method. What do successful people do that allows them to succeed and others to fail? What is it exactly? I heard many different answers from different sources. Maybe it was due to the fact there are many different ways to achieve success. But that wasn't what I was looking for. I wanted to know about the one thing all successful people had in common. The principle of success that guarantees it. So I began narrowing down all the commonalities in successful people. I began asking a series of questions. Were all successful people over a certain age? Do they all have successful parents? Did they all go to college? Do they all speak English? The answer is no. This went on for a while. As I kept narrowing it down, I finally came to a conclusion. All successful people have one thing in common. Consistency. This is a quote from Tony Robbins. It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, it's what we do consistently. I talked about one of his books in my previous video. I will place the link in the description below. Successful people are regular people who never quit. They're consistent until they achieve success, regardless of how many failures they experience. If it's an athlete who failed to win a championship, he works harder in the gym to win next year. Here are the 3 successful people who were consistent in what they wanted to achieve. Number 1. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan failed to reach the NBA Finals in 1989 and 1990 due to being defeated by the same team, Detroit Pistons, both years. After his 2 failures, he went back into the gym to become an even better player. He pushed himself to the point where he could guarantee a championship. The result? He carried his team, Chicago Bulls, to win championships in 1991, 1992, and 1993. Michael won 3 straight championships and a total of 6. I believe it would have been 6 straight or more, but he took time off after his 3rd to go and play baseball. When he returned to basketball, he won the other 3 consecutively. I highly recommend you watch a documentary on Michael Jordan. Hands down, he's one of the most motivational and influential people I've studied. Look for his high school story where he got cut from the team. That's right, the world's greatest basketball player once failed to make the basketball team. Also watch his latest documentary, The Last Dance. The Last Dance follows the Bulls' 1997-98 season from start to finish, while also covering the rest of the chapters in Jordan's remarkable career. Michael Jordan said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." Number 2. J.k. Rowling. J.k. Rowling is the author of the famous Harry Potter books. Her manuscript was rejected 12 times. That's 12 different publishers who said no. She finally got a yes on her 13th attempt. Many people would have quit after being rejected by 3 or 4 publishers. But she didn't. She knew consistency was key to success. She's now a multi-billionaire. And I'm sure those 12 publishers regret their decisions. Abraham Lincoln. In 1831, Abraham Lincoln failed in business. In 1832 he was defeated for state legislator. In 1833 he tried a business and failed. In 1835 his fiancée died. In 1836 he had a nervous breakdown. In 1843 he ran for Congress and was defeated. In 1848 he ran again and was defeated again. In 1855 he ran for Senate and lost. In 1856 he ran for Vice President and lost. In 1858 he ran for Senate again and was defeated. Then 1860 Abraham Lincoln was elected President of United States. Many would have given up after his defeat in 1848 with what he experienced previously. But he didn't. Are you beginning to see just how important and powerful consistency is? All 3 people above had different goals. But they all had consistency in common. It's now also obvious what all people who fail have in common. They give up. You can't fail unless you give up. Period. You have to be consistent with any goal you set. Understand failure is part of the process, and that is going to happen. You can learn a lot about consistency in this book. The compound effect. What's most interesting about this process to me is that, even though the results are massive, the steps, in the moment, don't feel significant. Spectacular book. It explains how all the little things you do today make a huge difference in who you'll be and what you'll have 5 years from now. And when I say everything, I really mean everything. From the music you listen to the books you read, to the people you socialize with, to the small decisions you make which seem irrelevant. You're slowly but surely molding your future every single day. Whether you realize it or not, you're already being consistent. Therefore, you might as well consistently do the things that will bring you what you want. If I can give you one piece of advice, it'll be to decide what it is exactly you want and then commit to being consistent until you achieve it. Again, it's absolutely impossible to fail unless you give up. Nothing worth having will come overnight, it takes consistent effort. Buddha had a perspective on this when he said, "A jug fills drop by drop." From what we gathered, consistency is key to success. Thanks for watching.